back to the confusion. We've got the eclipse about to happen. We've got the full moon happening tomorrow. We've got the Barthol's basket in play. Okay? Now, the basket is releasing a whole lot of stuff that's going to happen to our now. But it's going to happen all over the world. It's not just, well, what's that doing in my chart and blah, blah, blah. No, this is happening to everybody. All of a sudden, the next half of the year, we're at the halfway point. Well, guess what? Whatever you were getting happening from January until now, and for some of us, especially me, it has been hell. But that, as of tomorrow, will suddenly switch and be absolutely super sweet.
Try that again. I want to welcome everybody to the Full Moon Podcast and Quantum Jump. And I'm so happy
Right.
to see you all made it to our test. Welcome.
Eventually.
I know. So, yay, Mercury retrograde is over.
Hello.
Yeah. So
It
we
ended yesterday. Mercury is direct, but there are one, two, three, four planets and two positions on the screen that are all retrograde. So that's part of what I was going to talk about with this full moon. It has a lot of stuff going
All right.
on.
So go ahead, Mickey. Let's talk about all those retrograde planets. What's going on and what can we expect?
Well, there are several events happening right now. And we're kind of in the sauce because there's so many things happening. Astrologically, it's a plethora. We're in the middle of the full moon. Okay, well it becomes exact tomorrow.
Yes.
But as I was explaining to my daughter earlier, just because I say where the full moon is tomorrow doesn't mean it hasn't already started happening
Right.
because there's a lead in, an exactness, and then a lead out. As we always talk about the mountain of going up to the event and then coming down from it. It takes about 9 days because you've got a 3 day lead in, 3 days of the event, and then 3 days coming out of it. So we're talking about a span of just over a week. Now the thing is, actually, it's like looking at it's 3 minutes to midnight, but that's not midnight yet,
Right.
and it's midnight for 60 seconds. You know that day it's six. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Um, so this full moon is complicated, and I say that because not only is there full moon, we're about to have an eclipse. And for the new moon, it'll be a lunar eclipse. Right now,
Oh,
it's getting ready to be a solar eclipse. So the sun is opposite the moon, which makes it a full moon, but it's about to be an eclipse because two other little things that aren't planets, but they're important positions in a chart. They're called nodes, and they always bring on the eclipses. So they just change signs, and that's a big deal. They're going to be there at least a month, but they've changed signs. So that changes what they're all about. The northern one is telling you about what our destined things are, what things are supposed to happen to us. And the southern one, which is always opposite it, is talking about what our spiritual events and things were before. That's kind of behind the scenes. Um, are you confused enough yet? So that's two of the things. I mean, the eclipse is brought on and ushered in by the nodes.
mm,
The full moon is when the moon is completely opposite the sun, which is just what the nodes are. They're opposite. But when the moon is opposite our sun, our most important planet, then you've got this full moon that ushers in a period of 2 weeks where the things we set in motion from our intentions are now feeding back to you to say how well you did at setting it all up. You said you wanted this and you wanted that, and we meditated on it and blah, blah, blah. And here is the rubber meets the road. How did we do? Is it happening? Okay. Now, the mechanism in the occult of how you work with your intentions, the mechanism that Seth, his whole 42 books, is really a treatise on how to work with intentions. He's saying not so much your intentions right this minute. They're important too, and he'll talk about that. But he's mainly saying, guess what? You intended to be here now, doing what you're doing. Seth is all about you create your own reality. You created the one you're in that we're talking from, and from within it, you can set up additional things. It's a life is a whole settings button. Okay? You know how you go to settings to put things in the environment you want them to be in. I'm on Zoom, but I want it to show me this and this and this. Well, we're in life and we want it to show us this and this and this. I want wealth. I want a family. I want a job. Or no, I'm here and I don't like that I said that. Let me take it out. That's when you meditate and you intend. You say, I have a different set of things I'm asking for than I originally set up. Oops. Okay? That's your meditations and intentions are your oops button on your settings. Okay? So your life is being inside that little environment that says you can change things now. If you just say you want it like that, it'll change because you are creating it. And that's why we're here. We're talking about the entity that came from another dimension and spoke to a person, Jane Roberts, and said, let me tell you something about what you're doing and where you're at. Okay? So, going back to what we're saying astrologically, our settings right now in this full moon have let somebody else in, so to speak, let some other planets in than the two we talk about. Full moon means we're discussing sun and moon and what they're trying to tell us. But this time, we got some others. And those others are four little planets that said, wait a minute, listen, let me tell you something. Like that little meme that got so popular about 5 years ago, where the little kid was saying, listen, let me tell you something, so and so, and no matter what his mother said, but listen, we got four smaller, less important entities. I mean, they're less important than the sun and the moon, which are the big deal. These are regular planets, and they're sitting in a square. They look just like that on the screen. Like each of my fingers. They're not like that.
Mhm.
They're kind of like that. And it's what is called Barthol's basket. So now we're throwing some more stuff in the game.
I guess.
Okay? There was a famous astrologer. I forget his first name, but his last name was Barthol. And he was very, very, very good. He was a big deal in the astrology world. He was very meticulous, and he always had a way in his research and working with stuff. He would always discover events that were about to come up. He predicted 9/11. He predicted COVID. He predicted several other things that had come before that, but those were the latest things that we can kind of relate to. And he was right on, and he was doing it from about 20 or 30 years before. I don't mean he said, oh, next week it's going to be such and such. No, he did this from a long time ago and said exactly what it would be, and he was right. Back to the confusion. We've got the eclipse about to happen. We've got the full moon happening tomorrow. We've got the Barthol's basket in play. Okay? Now, the basket is releasing a whole lot of stuff that's going to happen to our now. But it's going to happen all over the world. It's not just, well, what's that doing in my chart and blah, blah, blah. No, this is happening to everybody. All of a sudden, the next half of the year, we're at the halfway point. Well, guess what? Whatever you were getting happening from January until now, and for some of us, especially me, it has been hell. But that, as of tomorrow, will suddenly switch and be absolutely super sweet. One of the planets in it is Jupiter, and Jupiter brings expansion, but it's the fairy godmother of good fortune. And she has just decided to remove all the stuff somebody did in your cereal. You know, I mentioned that last time. Somebody came to pee in your cereal. Well, guess what? They've given you a fresh bowl, and we're going to start out with a new bowl that is uncontaminated, and it's looking at what you asked for and what you want and all the intentions you set up and stuff. You're about to have it the way you like it. And it's going to last till the end of the year, deep into December. So the thing is, how good were you at paying attention to how to set up your intentions, and were you not only paying attention but actually practicing and trying it? Okay, those of us who have paid attention and work within the realm of meditation and being very careful of what you think about and all that kind of stuff, we're about to be rewarded for that, because most people are not paying attention to any of what we're doing. They don't know about Seth. They don't give a hoot about astrology or tarot or blah, 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 all the woo woo and oh, what are you talking about? Ordinary, everyday people who are not paying attention, they're just living their life. When they hear, hopefully someone will tell them, but when they hear that the second half of the year is about to go good, if you tell it to, whether you tell it to or not, but it'll give you more goody if you actually say, yes, please, thank you very much. Can I have some more? That's a
Mm.
magical phrase. Thank you. Can I have more? Okay. So, those of us who are here and we agreed to work on this, we're going to come out even better than the average person does. But this basket is all over the globe. So you can watch things play out and be amused at what you see. And I'll give you an example. A person I care about, someone in my family, had some stuff they were working on that was very, very, very difficult, some schooling issues and all kinds of stuff. And they were catching holy you know what. But just the other day, they were told, nope, it didn't work. What you did didn't work, and we're going to punish you. And they were very, very upset about it. And yet they said, you know what? I've had it. I don't care anymore. Let it be whatever it is. It is what it is. And I said, hold your negative stuff you're saying. Well, I said, don't do it. Just relax and know that you are one day from everything changing. And the very next day, they got another phone call that said, oops, never mind. You are not only reinstated, we're going to give you this, 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 and this too.
Mhm.
And they were like, okay. And then they mentioned some other little thing they were bugged about, like a headache or whatever. So I'm saying that as an example because I don't want to give any more facts out. But I said, oh, I know what's happening. Just remember, no matter what, the thing about we hold hands and keep looking forward. I said, don't look on the side at what's bothering you. But I feel so bad. Blah. I said, don't think about it. Don't talk about what you're going through. Don't go through a long list of this every little detail about how you feel, why you feel bad, how bad it is, blah blah blah. I said, now trust me, I know exactly what is going on and what you have. Oh no, that's not possible, blah blah blah. I said, listen to me, relax. The thing you have to do right now is, under no circumstances should you stress. The whole key is the lack of stress. I'm about to wreck the car. Take your hands off the wheel. What? How dare you? I couldn't do that. I'm about to crash. And I said, take your hands off the wheel, because even if you crash, you're aware of reality, and you know that even if you crash, you're just gonna come back. So what's the deal? The key, you may not believe me, but the key is, I know I can't do anything wrong. There is no such thing as wrong. Even if it looks like to the whole rest of the world and say, oh my God, did you hear what happened to so and so? Why does it matter? They're just coming back. There are over 1 billion other versions of them in the universe. So who cares? If you take a who cares attitude, and I know everybody thinks I'm crazy, but it's the moment that you go, I give it all up to God. ATI has got my back. Okay. So when you do that, the whole universe is yours because you just admitted that it is.
ATI
Every
take the
time
wheel.
you say, huh? What did you say?
ATI take the wheel.
ATI, take the wheel. I love it, Martin. I love it. That's the deal. Because
Yeah,
there is no such thing as negative.
yeah.
Yes, I am totally stone crazy, but it's the truth. And that's why we're here. We're here holding each other's hands, saying we're gonna stay true to what we know it is, no matter how anybody else likes it. We just still hold hands, keep walking, because no matter what, eventually, when you keep walking, you are walking through a portal to all the rest of the universe, all the rest of what is. You know, we were put here by ATI. Do you think he can create some crap? So we smoking. We are little tiny units of the greatest force that exists that we know about. So of course we're not bull. We're not crap. No matter what we do, we are still little parts of deity. We always say it, not even in the Seth community, but in the world of woo woo, we always say we are sparks from deity. Now, when the sparks jump out of the fireplace, they don't suddenly turn into crap. There's still sparks and there's still fire from the fireplace. They didn't change, they simply changed location, but they still are what they are. So there's no such thing as negative. And that's why when you throw your hands up, you are finally acknowledging in a more complete way what we already knew. We swore that we knew we were good. We swore that we knew that ATI exists. We swore that we believed in God and we believed in all the other things people call it. But we always have this but. Except for when it's like this, except for when it gets bad, except for if we get a disease, except for if we die. Do you know if you die, it doesn't change a blankety blanket thing? Pay attention, okay? So, back to the format we were talking about. All those things I said, they are viewed through the lens of astrology. That's why we talk about the full moon and the new moon. We just choose to talk about it in those particular terms. But that is all to say exactly what I just been saying. So, with the Barthol's basket that's happening, The one right here, I think it is, or it's this one. That one is Jupiter, which is going to make it all come sweet. Now, yes, one of them is Saturn and one of them is Pluto, but together they're working toward a greater good. Now, why are they in there? The reason we say that they're in there and they're forming this basket is because all four of them, for some reason, are in the same degree. When you look at a sign, it has 30 degrees, just like there's 12 hours on the clock, okay? If each planet is in the same time on the clock, the exact same hour and minute, it's like, oh, wow, there's something going on between the four of them because they're all in sync. They couldn't be more in sync. They're in exact sync. And that's what makes this the basket that we're talking about. Okay? So, yes, it's a big deal. Yes, it will affect everything on the planet because you very seldom have any four planets all in the same blankety blanket degree. This is a big deal, people. Yes, it's going to affect everything. So, my advice to you is take the time to notice. You may even want to make notes. Notice what is happening today. Oh, what was I worried about? What things were on my screen to watch for? And how did I think, oh, I thought they were not going well? Tomorrow, when they change, say, oh my God, I never thought about that. And in thinking about solutions, you thought about this, and this. You never even thought about that and that and that. Okay? Like, for instance, Bashar says we always worry about, well, there's this or that. And he says, no, it's this and that. There is no or. Always recognize there are billions of solutions that are possible. When God created this planet, He created billions of possible ways that it could happen. You know that. In a day, you could have three good things happen and then three horrible things happen. And then at the end of the night, oh my God, and then this came in. And I never even thought about that. Okay? So, what's going on right now? There is a massive new awareness that is piping up out of nowhere, and it allows us to have a completely new and better agenda. Oh, somebody's revving their car. I hope you didn't hear that. Anyway, I'm trying to put it all in a small space so you can understand it. Trust yourself. Trust that you're doing the right thing because you're here. You're trying to pay attention. Kate takes us into a whole supermarket of available solutions. Every time she says, and we're going to count. Starting with that first number, boy, we are on our way. We're trying to get it on, and we're trying to do the right thing. Well, the most right thing you could do is when we throw our hands up and say, okay, Kate, take the wheel and show us where we can go. All right? She's the magic lady of this whole thing. I'm just the pointer. I'm saying, hey, did you hear what she said? Hey, pay attention. Hey, ooh, what did you say, Kate? That's what I'm doing here because I'm trying to show you ways to consider what she tells you you can do. And you can. But you can't do a blankety blanket thing if you don't think so. So back when she said look in the mirror and have these thoughts, and I was reiterating that, and oh yeah, you gotta look in the mirror at your own face and say, I am enough. That's the most powerful one. I'm enough. But that's what you need to believe. No matter what happens, I am enough. Even if it gets as bad as you think it's possible to be, you're enough because you got trillions of other ones. Do you know you've already been through several 100,000 versions of you already? And hell, at almost 80, I've been through a bunch. Okay. Me and Kate laugh about it all the time. Oh, we're going to step to the side into a new one. Oh, we're going to go to oh, look what's on the path. Let's pick a new one. And you can literally watch your world change. It'll suddenly, you can see yourself stepping from one version of yourself to another. So, this full moon, although the full moon says, here's what you asked for, and here's all the things that you can see, which ones work, which ones didn't. This particular full moon is very, very special because it's going to offer you 100,000 times more options than you're used to having. But you don't get them by squinting it. Well, which one is it? Well, I don't know how I feel about it. No, you get it by saying, come on with it. I trust in ATI because it's a bad mammy jamma. Okay? And with that, I hand the controls back to the lady that tells you how to use them.
Oh my. All right. Well, I got a lot to live up to. That was quite a, intro
Well, you do it.
into our quantum jump.
You do.
Just relax, sink into your spot wherever you're sitting. And let's start with relaxation first. Let's start by taking a deep breath in and out. And one more, in and out. And now I'm going to mention different parts of your body and just put your focus onto that particular part. And you can even try to tense it a little bit and then just release whatever is being held there. So let's start by relaxing your scalp and your forehead and your cheeks and your jaw. Part your teeth slightly, relaxing whatever is being held in your jaw. Your neck. Relax your shoulders. Let them droop down softly. Your arms and your hands. Allow your hands to just rest gently in your lap. And your chest. Relax your belly. Relax your back. Your hips. Your buttocks. Relax your thighs, your calves, and your feet. Allow all and any tension you are holding on to just flow down your spine, through your legs, to the soles of your feet, and allow the earth to just absorb all those energies, whatever isn't serving you at this moment. Beautiful. Now, let's move on to the 3 to 1 count. Again, you're going to take a deep breath in. I want you to visualize and say silently to yourself the number 3 times, and then 2, and then 1. Ready? 3, 3, 3. 2, 2, 2. 1, 1, 1. Beautiful. Know that with every deep, conscious inhale, you relax and you become in a deeper state of mind. We are there. Now I would like for you to visualize, see in front of you that you're standing at the top of a staircase, and there are 10 steps down into our beautiful heart space. that holds our meditation room. And we are going to go down those stairs together. And I'm going to count you down. Ready? Hold on to the rail and feel each step as you go deeper and deeper. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, deeper and deeper. 5, 4, 3, we're almost at the bottom. 2, and 1. Beautiful. We are in our meditation room. In this room we have decorated. It always has some kind of light or fireplace, and it has several doors. We can see the quantum door, and we can also see a door to our lab. Let's visit our lab for just a little while. So let's go into the lab and notice that there is a computer there with screens and a beautiful chair with lots of buttons. It's very comfortable. So sit at that chair and touch the button to turn on the computer. And the one screen lights up. And you can see other buttons. And there's a button there that looks like settings. Oh my. And as you touch the button, settings come up. And you can choose how to set the rest of your life. So there's a setting for occupation. There is a setting for love life. There is a setting for health. There is a setting for friends and family. There is a setting for just about anything you can imagine and everything you can imagine. So I want to give you some time to sit and play with these settings. Dial in the exact life that you would like to see. Do you want to meet someone? Do you want to try your hand at a different occupation? Do you want to improve your health? Do you want to be able to learn a new skill? Right? Whatever you can imagine, you can change on this screen. So I'm going to give us just a few minutes to work on this. But let's make this your very best self that you can imagine for the future. Stay with your doppelganger. You've had time to interact. Feel the vibration that your doppelganger holds. And at this time, you can choose to merge with your doppelganger, taking in all of the vibration that they are holding, all the vibrations that you dialed in and chose for that doppelganger. And as you are absorbing, taking in, raising your vibration to match, I want you to imagine a golden cocoon being wrapped around both of you. This cocoon will help to keep all of the energies that you have created in this cocoon. Any energies that would disturb it or that do not serve it will not be allowed in. Only those that serve your highest good. Beautiful. Now know that you can go wherever you want with this cocoon. It's your protection. Holding your vibration at the highest level that you have created for yourself. Now, if you have merged with your doppelganger, you can both return through the quantum door, or you can say your farewells and you will meet with your doppelganger again. Whichever it is, I will see you back through the quantum door. Beautiful. Now that you're in the meditation room again, the quantum door is starting to close, and it is closing. Know that any time you can open this door again, but for now, just for now, it is closed. Now let's just go back into the lab and let's go to the healing table that's there. And let's lay on that table. There are blankets and pillows. Make yourself comfortable. You have dialed in everything that you want. And if you think of more, just sit at your computer in your chair and just dial in what you want. But for now, we're just going to ask ATI for healing. And let's just feel the energies of the universe healing whatever it is that comes to our mind. It could be our body. It could be a situation. It could be something from the past. It could be something from the future. Whatever and whomever you wish to heal, you may ask ATI for this help. Feel the warmth and the beautiful vibration of the universe working towards healing your specific needs. Now let's just rest here for a few minutes. as we lay on this healing table, feeling the beautiful healing energy of the universe, of ATI. And we accept it and we take it fully in and integrate it into our system. It's time to show our gratitude. Thank ATI for allowing you to dial in your settings, for allowing you to have healed whatever it was that you needed. And really just for always being there. I am so grateful to be the spark of deity, the spark of God. And you can start to sit up a little bit, slowly, slowly. You've taken in a lot of energy between your doppelganger and the universe. And it is time to come back to this room where we started. Feel the chair underneath you, the floor under your feet. And I would like for you to just take a deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in and out. And you can start to wiggle your fingers and toes. You can start being awake in this room, and when you are ready, you can start moving around, open your eyes, and then you can turn on your camera and your microphone again. And I will see you in just a moment.
Powerful stuff, lady. That one was a doozy.
Yeah? Do tell. Do tell. You can share. Anybody can share.
I'm still taking it all in.
Well,
Adding the doppelganger makes a big difference.
we did 3 pretty important pieces. You know, we had
Yeah.
healing, we had a reset, and then we met and merged with that doppelganger. That's a lot for one sitting.
Uh, 3 of the 4 planets in that basket are important because they're what we call outer planets. You know, they're some of the furthest away.
Mm-hmm.
And so, therefore, the things they do last a long time.
Yeah.
We're talking about changes to the rest of this year, but 2 of them, when they get in position, they last 33 years. And one of the positions that they set up lasts for, I think it said about 8 years. So there's a lot of things happening. And when you sent us to the settings, I was so aware of the fact that Pluto, the planet of transformation, is one of the main posts of this basket. You know, each of the 2 sides of the basket and then the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Pluto is right there at that post. And it causes great change. So for you to give us that, opportunity to go into settings was very heavy, very heavy. So it's going to be important how we feel about being able to do it, to control it. And so I had a lot of things happening in terms, me facing what I actually thought I could change and the hangups that I thought of and didn't realize were in place. So I had to remove those
Mm-hmm.
and say, look, you're talking a good game, but do you actually believe that you can make these changes? You've said about, setting up this and intentions and so forth. Well, face your own limitations because they're imagined. That's a lot of work to do.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. We,
I
we are,
have a
we
lot.
are limitless beings. We are.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I believe we are, but there's this gap between my everyday functioning where I'm walking the walk instead of just talking the talk. So I had to face those things,
Okay.
you know.
Nice.
So I kept wondering how everybody else was doing.
I know I did too. So Martin, when you jumped on, you like gave us a wow right off the bat.
I gave you a wow.
Yeah, as soon as you came on, you said,
Yeah.
"Wow."
Yeah, I guess I probably was still out when I
Ah,
said, yeah, that was Between Worlds. Well, you know that Star Trek episode where the guy goes to this alternate universe and he finds another person and they're fighting each other, you know? I can't remember what the name of the episode is, but one's like um, matter and the other one's antimatter.
oh, I know the one. Yeah, yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
I
Yeah.
keep running into that antimatter one, or I'm the antimatter one. I don't know, but and it's not mean, it's not angry or anything, but there's definitely some kind of a struggle that happens, and it's not
Yes.
this just this time. It was the last time and the time before that. I keep meeting up with this certain somebody, and we have this altercation. It's positive, but and then I get kicked out. And it's happened 3 times in a row now. And I don't know what it is.
Hmm.
So, oh, but it feels positive.
I can
Hmm.
So,
relate to that.
yeah.
Are you being pushed out because I'm calling you out too quickly, or
I actually come out before you call us back.
okay? Do
And
you
then I
feel?
kind of
Yeah.
hover. I'm just kind of like in between worlds, like I said, and
Mm.
not quite here or there. And yeah, it's a very strange phenomenon, and it's happened more than once.
Does it feel like there's something that you're not ready for?
Maybe that's
Okay.
it. Maybe that's it. It's almost like somebody. It's either me or the other one. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Not those words, but it's that kind of that feeling.
Right, right. Maybe ask. Ask what
Yeah,
it is that I need to get past this.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm. Interesting. And
yeah,
interesting that it's happened more than once.
yeah, yeah. And I
Well,
even
I
made a
sure
point.
felt it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I sure felt it. I can relate because I was very dumbfounded by the kind of feeling it was of pushback, resistance to it, and I was trying to understand that.
No,
Could it be that us as humans really don't like change?
Oh
maybe that's
yeah,
it.
I
Even
don't.
if even it's our choice?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
The last time that I even made a point of sleeping the whole time before I got on, just to make sure I wasn't having some kind of, I wanted to be sure that I wasn't going to, because I go completely unconscious. I still do that every time. I mean,
Mhm.
totally unconscious to the point where I'm not aware. I mean, it's just like being asleep, but I'm not asleep. Yeah,
Hmm.
I
Mhm.
know what I mean. And I wanted to make sure that it wasn't sleep that was happening, and so it wasn't. And it's just very real, and it's so intense. whatever it is. But yeah, I'll have to keep my eye on it. Next time I will pay more
Hmm.
attention. Maybe I need to go back to it and on my own and just play with it a bit. I
Yeah,
don't know.
there you go. I will try to get it edited as soon as possible. But
I
but
do
you
that too
you
sometimes.
also do not need the edit. You can just do this on your own, you know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You guys know you've done the 3-to-1 count. What is
Yeah.
it? 80 times now?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
And you could probably do it like when I do it, not on here, but when I do it and I'm alone, I'm like 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Like, get me
And
there
usually by the
quick.
time you say one, I'm out. I'm out.
yeah.
I'm out. I'm out by almost two, between two and one. I'm out.
And it does happen
Oh,
quicker and quicker the
yeah,
more you do
yeah,
it. I
yeah,
love it. I love it.
yeah.
Audrey, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well. Younger me kept just bleeding in. So, like junior high school, and no words, just I felt what she was feeling. Just gave her a lot of love.
Aw, nice.
That's nice.
That
Yeah.
that's beautiful. So yeah,
That's the
inner
thing.
child work, that's amazing.
Yeah. That's real good. Real good.
Beautiful. Nice. How about you, Carol?
It was interesting. I didn't have enough time in settings, but I was just working on one setting and I was ready to go to another setting when you were asking us to leave there and go somewhere else through the
Oh,
quantum door. So I as we were walking to the quantum door, I was quickly working on another setting
Mhm.
to try to get it in place before I went through the door.
okay.
And it was interesting because I did meet a alternate self that was much happier, much more gentle, and really responsive to me. And, I felt very much loved by that person. And I, And then we were just sitting there. We were actually at a seashore, sitting in like Adirondack chairs, for which I hardly ever sit in, but for some reason we were, and just chatting. And I suddenly was out of there and with another person that I don't know. Um, and then I was like gone. I don't even remember what happened after that.
Okay.
And so again, it's like Martin. I go into this very deep place that I don't even know if I'm sleeping or I'm awake.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it's time to come out, like right before Kate said we're waiting for Carol, I was just ready to come back in.
Mm.
And and then I'm like, well, wait a minute, what happened? It's almost like when I come out of a dream and I can kind of remember a fragment of the dream, most of it's gone, you know? And I remember this woman and I remember what she looked like. I don't remember what our connection was. I don't remember anything other than that. And I don't remember what happened. So,
Okay.
um, it's interesting though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Do y'all feel different? Like the vibration?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, here too. So my being didn't look like a person. It was like what is it? Those heat rays that come off
Mhm.
the road when it's really hot
Mhm.
out. It was like that. It was just lines and lines of
Interesting.
energy. Pardon me?
Interesting. That's very interesting way of seeing it.
I know, it was like seeing the vibration.
Hmm.
It wasn't seeing a humanoid figure, it was seeing the essence, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was interesting. And when I saw that, that's when I said, well, it may not look human.
Right.
Yeah.
Mine was sort of like a cocoon when you see a butterfly in between, when it's in the cocoon and it's just kind of a shape.
Yes.
That's what mine was like. And then it was beside me and then came around to face me. And that's when it kind of melded in
Mm.
Mm.
so that
Interesting
it
that
had
it was
my,
that transformational cocoon.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
right, right. And then I wrapped you all in a cocoon too to make sure
Right,
you were able
exactly.
to keep it all in. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting correlation.
Nice. Very nice.
And I
Yeah.
had two people helping me make the journey
And Carol did too.
on the quantum
Mm.
side. One was holding each hand, and they
Oh.
helped me go forward without hesitation. Because, like I say, I was having a lot of
Mm-hmm.
uh, restrictive energy where I was doubting myself. I was
Mm.
questioning my ability to make the changes I had requested.
Oh.
So I ran into my own limitations, and it was all about, well, come on, we got you. And each one took a hand
Right.
and said, let's just keep going. Like the thing I always say about we hold hands
Yeah.
and keep going forward. So it was like, just wait until you get to this part of it. And at that point, if I hesitated, I would spiral kind of and not keep going forward. So then they would support me. And then it's like when you're in a plane and you're trying to reset your course
Mm-hmm.
and you kind of spun out for a minute and then you reset it. You
Mm-hmm.
strengthen what you know you should be doing. And then I continue to move forward, you
Beautiful.
know?
Now remember what
Mm.
you told all of us before we started this. You are enough.
Right. I thought about that too.
Mm.
They kept confronting me with that and reminding me, don't forget this.
Yeah.
So that's when my course was straightened and I then keep going, keep flying. It was as if I was flying
Nice.
and they were holding, each one holding my hand as we all flew forward. So
I have
Mm.
thoughts of Peter Pan right
that's funny.
My alternate was holding my hand too. Took my hand and held my hand the whole time. So
Right.
that's interesting that we
It
both
is.
had that same
It was half holding
experience.
in mine
I
also.
agree.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mark
really? Okay.
too. All right.
But,
Mm.
I was holding hands also.
Honest to
Ah,
Okay.
gosh.
yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
It was kind of like pushing back and forth though. With
yes.
class.
Well, at one point, one of the two I was holding hands with saw me I faltered continuously. I'd straighten out and then I'd falter and then I'd straighten out. And so it says, well, just wait a minute. It got behind me and said, okay, I'll support your forward energy from back here.
Mm.
And so that made it easier.
Mm-hmm.
And then they went back to being on the side, holding
Mhm.
hands.
Yeah.
So that was interesting because they were both familiar. The two support entities were both familiar support spirits known to me. So
Mm.
Okay.
it felt good to do that. And then, of course, the doppelganger coming from the front to go in. You
Nice.
know, that was a very strange one, my
Uh,
dear. That
well,
was
I am so interested to see how our changes take effect in the next, say, 6 months.
right. I agree.
Right. I don't feel like this is you're going to notice it tomorrow. This is
No,
something that's going to gradually grow. Yeah.
I thought about that.
Yeah.
That it's going to take a while to unfold.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that I shouldn't doubt its ability to unfold. That's where I was,
Exactly.
I had to get a grip on that. I sat during it with my hands
Doing
up.
that? Oh, okay.
There was a
Nice.
point at which it said, you said to take your hands off the wheel. And I sat the whole way through it like this,
Nice. Very
and
good.
if my fingers started to curl, it was like, no, no, you got to give up the wheel. Stop resisting.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
that's so true of my sign. See, that's a big part of Scorpio is the resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And I
It's
got
all
that here
about
for losing. Yeah.
it's all about manifesting, but then to control learning the manifestation thing, that lesson that I came here to learn.
Mhm.
It's about giving up the control and saying, okay, I believe it. Let's do it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard to give up control, especially
Oh,
when
yeah,
you know,
baby.
at our age, we're living alone. Well, except for Audrey, she's got a good man there, Mr. Dan. Mr. Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh gosh, it's so good to be with you all. So,
I like this a lot.
all right. Well, thank you all, and I will get this put up as soon as I can.
Okay.
All right, and
This is great. Thank you, everybody.
I will put the links in no, we're not doing Discord anymore. I'll put the links in Heartbeat. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I loved it. Bye, everybody.
I'm pretty happy with it too. So thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.
Bye, Audrey. Bye.